Hey, what's up, everybody? I just wanted to talk to you about the install that I did in my 2011 F-150 with factory nav. I replaced that unit for a Pioneer DMH-C5500NEX. It was a bit of a challenge because not many units would fit in here due to the shallow depth in the top part of the console to get that to line up with the screen that's in the stock display. So I did a lot of searching and finally ended up landing on this DMH-C5500NEX. It has a modular display on it, so it actually worked really well. I used the Maestro RR to interface with all of my climate controls and everything else that's required in the unit, and actually I retained pretty much every feature that came with it factory, and then of course got a lot of additional features. You got some of the customization, of course, things like USB, figure out what you need to do with that, but it is CarPlay, so USB is key. And maintaining the factory backup camera was a bit of a challenge. I've got a bit of a shot on that later, but backup camera works great. Everything else that you would expect out of CarPlay works just as you would want it to. I'm really happy with that. The screen is super sensitive. I like that. I like that it splits up the navigation and the audio. So when you're on CarPlay, so you can actually turn up and down the guidance without having to turn your music up or down. The climate controls integrated pretty well. So I have heated seats and cooled seats, all of that interfaced. Really no complaints there. I like the way all of that fits. The gauges. You can get customized views. There's a lot of stuff you can see out of this through the OBD2 sensor or interface. It was a bit of a challenge, but in the end, I would say it was worth it. I did a lot of shopping around. Oh, here's the cables that I had to tie into for the backup camera. That's the only picture I have, so hopefully you can see the colors there. But you might need to mess around with that a little bit to find it. Anyway, really no complaints at this point. The only thing I would say is the interface on the unit is pretty shiny, where most units have more of a matte finish, and when sunlight's on them you can see. This one is a little more reflective, so I get glare on the display when there's sunlight shining on it. But other than that, I'm happy with it. Also, you'll see in the picture that the buttons on the far left side of the screen are not visible. I've actually got them tucked underneath the shroud of the display. I wish that the stock display was a little bit wider so that this unit would have lined up better. But unfortunately, I couldn't get the display and the buttons to all fit. So I might go back to that and figure out another plan to take care of that. But for the time being, I don't need those buttons. I haven't really come up with a good reason to have them there. So pretty happy with that. And otherwise, things have been pretty good so far. So anyway, I was hoping that this would help you guys, trying to pay back for a little bit of the time that I've spent on YouTube learning from everybody else. So drop some questions in there if you have anything specific. Oh, and the mounting bracket, I don't have any pictures of it in here, but it was kludgy. It took a lot of work, but I can detail out what I did to make that mounting bracket. If anyone's interested, just hit me up. All right. Anyway, good luck, guys.